Deadass, when did this happen? I don't remember it. Here I am. One last time. If you were God and your delusions could become reality, what delusions would you wish for? A sensual world, a despotic society, destructive sanctions, or a blue sky?
西条七海が祈る。兄と共に収容された病院。怪我人があふれた待合室の片隅にうずくまり、実の兄のしわくちゃの手を握りしめて、右手の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。もう一人の兄の無事を。楠木優愛が祈る。倒壊したビルの瓦礫。そこに埋もれるように横たわるコンテナの中で、彼の美少女フィギュアの一つを握りしめて、地震と火事で醜く変形してしまったフィギュアたちの姿に感じた胸の痛みに耐え、目を閉じて祈る。彼女を許してくれた少年の無事を。岸本綾瀬が祈る。避難所となっている水明学園。その校舎の屋上で空を見上げて、神話が書かれた文庫本を握りしめて、崩壊した渋谷を覆う不特定多数の妄想が見せる悪意の痛みに耐え、目を閉じて祈る。彼女の歌を、彼女の話を聞いてくれた少年の無事を。折原梢が祈る。新鮮駅の薄暗いホーム。青井瀬名の震える手を握りしめて、足の傷の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。心の声で語り合ったクラスメートの少年の無事を。青井瀬名が祈る。横たわる父の傍らに座り、父の冷たくなった手を握りしめて、最後まで素直になれなかった後悔の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。彼女のお願いに不器用ながら答えようとしてくれた少年の無事を。咲畑りみが祈る。冷たい床に横たわりながら、彼へ伸ばした自らの手をきつく握りしめて、傷だらけの彼の姿を見て感じた。締め付けられるような胸の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。自分が守ろうとした、自分を助けに来てくれた少年の無事を。僕は何もできなかった。
I was unable to do anything.
君が
It was you who acted.
その結果と
As
し
a
て
result,
みんな
everyone has had their eyes on you.
君という印
Mutual
を積み増し
recognition of you has long since been established.
これからは
From this point on,
もう
No.
すでに
already,
君こそが
you are.
僕
I?
僕は
I am.
君は
Who
誰
are you?
君は
You are me.
僕は君
I am you.
僕なんていない
There's no me. Dude, what the fuck?
君なんていない
There's no you.
僕は
I
僕じゃ
am
ない
not me.
あなたはお兄
You're my big bro.
あなたは
You're Nishijo-kun.
君は
You are
たくみ
Takumi.
あなたは
You're
たくみさん
Takumi-shan.
お前は
You're
西島
Nishijo.
あなたは
You're Taku.
僕は
I am me.
僕は
I am a delusionary experience.
僕は
I
存在する
exist.
僕は
I am Nishijo Takumi.
僕は
I am
その声が
the moment I hear that voice. My consciousness stabilizes me.
ぐちゃぐちゃに
The once swirling world converges all at once. My D sword takes shape as a converging chaos. I return to my shape as myself. The world returns to its shape as the world. I am me. I can see clearly now. All my wounds healed. My top and bottom halves are connected. I'm standing on my own 2 feet. The pain is entirely gone. Serenity fills my heart. You did well to overcome the delusions. I entrust you with the last of my power. I notice Rimi at the edge of my vision. She's okay. She's looking at me. Tears are falling down her face. Don't cry. Directly behind me, space begins to warp. Prayers are brought into creation, the six gospels, or perhaps the impulses of six spirits. All too pure, all too graceful, all too dignified, all too sharp, all too ferocious, all too destructive, and all too awash with an ill-omened beauty. I accept every piece of them. The six blades writhe above. Wistfully, or perhaps rapturously, they shake their hands. And fuse with my D-sword. Summoning my strength, I grasp the D-sword's hilt. I ascertain its feeling. My arms work better than ever. I've completely regenerated. This is quite fascinating. You, damn monstrosity. I focus my eyes on Norose.
確かに僕は化け物だ。でもこれが
So I can rescue Rimi. So I can destroy Noatsu.
僕が望んだ妄想だ。
Noruse's response is swift. He has yet to harvest the code sample of Nishijo Takumi. The delusion was supposed to corner the boy and shatter his psyche, but now the tables have turned. And that he cannot allow. Norose closes the gap between himself and Takumi. Taking a specific angle, he swings his D-sword from below. With a D-sword that can cleave any known object, he diagonally carves through Takumi's chest. The target's durability makes no difference. Killing a person with it is as simple as slicing through a block of gelatin. Haram. With one quick swipe from Norose, Takumi's body is split into pieces. His head, right arm, and right shoulder all slide cleanly off of his body. Internal organs litter the floor, but not a single drop of blood falls with them. The lower half of Takumi's body begins to give way. He braces himself and manages to plant his feet. In the following moment, the cross-section of his wound begins to undulate and squirm. A bubbling noise ensues. In this following moment, the cross-section of his wound begins to undulate and squirm. And then, he regenerates. Unharmed, unaffected. Even though his body was cleaved apart a mere second ago, already a new head, right arm, and shoulder were born. His whole head and internal organs remained where they slid free from him. I already blocked off my sense of pain. With a single step, Takumi approaches Norose. Norose clicks his tongue, then turns over his D-sword. By virtue of casting aside your bodily form, any form of whatsoever is within your means, I take it. You can thank the delusion you showed me for that. He is unable to retain his shape as a human being. He took in the delusion and made it his own. This is not regeneration, but replacement. Missing parts replenish, flesh and bone are produced once again, all propagating infinitely from the dust within his body. His shape is not fixed. Like an amoeba, like a collection of slime, he can change himself freely. That is the reason Takumi calls himself a monster. Takumi takes yet another step towards Norose. Norose's frustration increases. Gripping the hilt, he thrusts his D-sword at the approaching Takumi. Takumi's head finds itself between a colossal pair of scissors. Without a brain, you can't have any more delusions now, can you? Takumi's head is crushed. It splits like a watermelon. Blood and gray matter burst forth. Everything above the neck is gone, and yet Takumi's body remains. Regeneration, replacement is instantaneous. As soon as his heel hit the ground, as if nothing happened, as if he was entirely replaced, his head returns right to where it was, without a single scratch. Nonose awakens to an understanding. He cannot win this fight. Physical attacks with his D-sword are useless. The delusion attack denying the body's reason for existence was taken in and used for an alternate purpose. The current Noshijo Takumi is all too removed from human normalcy, all too distorted of an existence, all too fitting as a monster. And yet, despite it all, Norose has no intention of conceding. His next thought is to utilize Noa2's power to bombard Takumi with innumerable antiparticles. Bombardment with antiparticles can transform any known existence into negative matter, ending ultimately in self-collapse. If disruption from the surface is not viable, then collapse must be undertaken from within. You're on the right track. Nonose's thoughts were read by Takumi. What? The shine of Takumi's D-sword transforms from red to black. A black flame envelops the blade. It wriggles forth, extending outward. Its shape resembles that of a dark, colossal serpent. And then it shall appear. It roams throughout the dome as if constrained by it, toward the ceiling, toward the floor, as if licking them up, as though it is scraping them away. It simply consumes. A dark, colossal serpent of wicked hearts, a being capable of devouring all corrosion, shattering the wicked-hearted king's body itself, and instilling heterogeneity in its homogeneity. The body of the colossal serpent is composed of antiparticles. With a mere touch, it can send any known object into self-collapse. A torrent of destruction composed of near-infinite greed. There and then, Takumi's D-sword swings, its pointed tip fixed on Norose. The dark serpent, winding itself in a coil, curves its body like a whip. Its jaw snaps at Norose. Such power. It can't be! Not once has Norose ever seen such a phenomenon from a D-sword. He cannot discern whether it was the hidden power of all gigolomaniacs, or merely Takumi's delusion. The dark fangs erode Nodose's body, and he begins to collapse. All too slowly, like a frog slowly devolving in a body of a snake. Darkness swallows him. He feels no pain. By nature, his death should be instant. But that is not what Takumi wishes for. Realizing this, Nodose's lips twisted to a derisive smile. Norose had no fear of death. One could say that the ideals he pursued were accomplished with the completion of Noatsu. Even if you kill me, no other person can approach Noatsu! A perpetual motion machine. That is what you are dealing with! Its administration over humanity will last until the end of time. It does not merely sit idle and watch from afar. Rather, it is a man-made god which interferes for the sake of mankind's happiness. Norose is God's inventor, so to speak. As long as Noa2 continues to exist, mankind will not perish, and the eternal utopia Norose speaks will become real. However, but you can approach it, can't you? What? The serpent's body wriggles and writhes with Norase in its grasp, lifting his body into the air. If that's the case, then you're the key! Norase is astonished, but soon enough, his face changes into an expression of pure agony. The serpent swings about his body with ease. Takumi shoots a glance at Rimi. Their eyes meet. Just what is Rimi feeling as she watches him? Reading her mind would be effortless, and yet, Takumi does nothing of the sort. It seems I was able to save you after all. He quickly averts his eyes. His gaze then shifts to the still humming Noah 2, the throne of God where none may stand foot, a cradle which shows naught but dreams of bliss. He apologizes to no one in particular. The eternal utopia this device would bring. A future without conflict. Takumi will extinguish them with his own 2 hands. Is that right? Or is it wrong? Takumi cannot give the answer to that. But it's pretty common in mythology. Even gods tend to slack off when women are involved. That's why I, too, will sacrifice the happiness of mankind out of love for a girl. Takumi, D-sword in hand, bends his arms in a giant arc. He thrusts it forth, just like a javelin. The colossal serpent of darkness charges straight ahead. With the bait known as Norase impaled by its tip, it flies straight toward Noah 2. An enormous serpent of antiparticles, capable of terminating any known object. It had no will of its own, thus it is not something that could be warped nor distorted. With the greedy impulse to destroy, using Norase as the key, the delusional barrier is easily smashed to pieces. When did the rain begin to fall? There was just a huge explosion. And its blast blew my body away like it was nothing more than a rag doll. Next thing I knew, I found myself lying here. Those eyes are always watching me. The stare pierces through the thick, pitch-black rain clouds and pours down on me like rain. Don't look at me. My body won't stop shivering, not from the chill of the rain, but rather the ice-cold rubble pressing against my back. So terribly cold. A gaze pierces me from the heavens. Who it belongs to, I can't say. As if to escape it, I raise my head to look at the environment around me. There I see a ruined city. There I see despair. There I see death. There I see nothingness. Not a soul is there. Not a soul is moving. Not a soul is left alive. The only thing I can hear is the sound of the rain continuing to pour. At this rate, everything, both the living and the dead, will it all be gently embraced and washed away? How nice it would be if all of this was just a delusion, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I can't move my body. I can only move my eyes and neck, and even then just barely. I can't use that monstrous power from before. My body is shivering, but that's nothing more than a physiological phenomenon. It isn't happening by my own will. I don't want my body to tremble. If I can't move it freely, then it isn't my body. Or maybe I've never had free will ever since I was born. Nobody knows exactly where the soul resides. Bearing that in mind, how can anyone say that there is a soul inside this body of mine? But then where exactly am I now? Am I really here? Am I anywhere at all? In this shattered world where all stands still, where all that can be heard is the reign of death, suddenly another sound echoes through it. A single solitary existence begins to emerge from the sea of nothingness. Who are you? Is your skin so pale because it's been numbed by the chill of the rain? Or is it because you're already dead? And yet, the girl isn't shivering, in those eyes of hers, nearly hidden by her bangs. Don't look at me. They look so terribly sad. They look as if they hold a hint of madness. They look as if they reflect nothing. If she and I were the only ones left in the world, if we stared into each other's eyes like this for all eternity, would my world be reduced to the reflection in her eyes? Would her world be reduced to the reflection of my eyes? The only thing reflected in her eyes is me. The only thing reflected in my eyes is her. When I think of it that way, the world immediately seems so much smaller. Suddenly, a flash of static reaches my ears, one endlessly beautiful yet deeply discordant. She lowers her head and spreads her arms wide, almost as if preparing to take off, to soar high above the rain clouds, or as if trying to catch all the falling rain.
あなたを見つめる妄想
From where I am on the ground, I can't see the expression of that lowered head of hers. Behind this thin veil of rain, just what kind of face are you making? An angel? Are those dancing feathers of light blessing me, or... Ah, I see. I finally understand. She's going to use that to kill me. The girl slowly kneels to the ground right before my collapsed body. With her head still lowered, she gently takes my own hands. I surrendered my body to her grasp, and just relieved that she isn't looking at me.
殺さなくちゃいけないの
In my ear, I hear a whisper, garbled by static. It's as beautiful as it is discordant.
ごめんね
And there's nothing to apologize for. If I don't disappear, the other me, the real me, will die. So that's why I'm okay with this. In fact, I'm really glad I get to be erased by you. It's not a bad end for a monster like me. I don't have any regrets. A warm, soft, gentle, sweet sensation. And miraculously, as if it were an anesthetic, the shivering in my body slowly begins to die down. Her soft breath tickles my cheeks. It smells so sweet. Suddenly, I sense something pressing against my chest. A large sword she holds tears through my skin, bores into my flesh, weaves through my bones, and slowly sinks through the center of my body. but gifted with the anesthesia of her kiss, I no longer feel any pain. I would never have imagined I'd get such a kind death. Just the thought of it breaks my heart, leaving me on the verge of tears. Trying to hide them, I look past the girl's head up towards the ashen sky where the rain continues to pour. Her lips pull away from me. Her sad whispers trickle into my ears.
やっぱりタクを殺せないよ。
I feel no pain. Her sword isn't real booted. My body isn't injured in the slightest.
でも消してくれなきゃ。本物の僕が。
Will die. He will die. That's why I should die instead. That way, he can stay alive for just a little bit longer. I'm sure that's what you want to.
消して。消すんだ。僕を。
できない。
Rimi lightly shakes her head, and those eyes of hers waver as they stare at me.
好きなの。あなたの弱さが好き。弱いくせに臆病なくせにボロボロになって私なんかを助けに来てくれた。その強さが好きなの。あなたと同じ時間をもっと過ごしたいの。あなたを失いたくない。あなたに生きていてほしい。
You'll look at me?
僕は化け物なんだ。
私だって同じだよ。
Is it okay for me to keep on living?
君がそれを選んだなら生きていていいんだ。
I hear a voice from the sky, and with that I understand. Because our minds are directly connected, I perceive a certain feeling. That right now, at this very moment, his life just vanished.
匠が死んだんだね。
In that moment, Rimi quickly sensed the emotions my face conveyed. Hesitating for a moment, I give her a faint nod. Don't cry. I don't want you to cry. Feeling returns to my entire body. Warmth returns to my body as well. Even though my movements are still clumsy. Even though I'm still trembling. With the hand I can move, I take out a vermilion handkerchief. Rimi's face is covered in tears. The droplets that are so beautiful, so clear. I softly wipe them away with all the memories you've given me.
僕も君が好きです。
Rimi tightly clasps my hand, as if she wishes to cling to it forever, as if to confirm that we exist right here. The warmth within us is contagious. Both my and your temperatures melt together. The two of us look up at the sky. Without a doubt, it's covered by clouds. But
光は電磁場の波。その振動現象を人の視覚は色として捉え、
タク、その言葉。
words that only he and Rimi should know. Words that he used to give Rimi hope. And yet I know them, because I've seen his memories. He and I are one in body and soul. My memories and his are shared between us. His memories of the 17 years he lived were all passed down to me. And he vicariously experienced my own year and a half of life.
自分のデッドスポットに望む色を当てはめれば、僕たちのあの空の色は取り戻せる。
We know that color, because in that image world of only sea and sky, it's the color we gazed up at and burned into our memories. Suddenly, the rain stops. In an instant, the clouds vanish. It's clearing up. Coming back. Something that no matter where you look, always seems to draw you in, gently blankets the world. The blue sky above.
残像ちらつきいびつな現実映す妄想真実境に消えた世界 Refuse to fight 見ないふり Reshare the world 一人崩れる砂の城切な見つけた揺らぐ世界の中に揺るぎない意志を明日を曇らさない I will 僕の願いが一つ叶うのならばあの空をあげるよ闇切り裂く想い悪夢のブラッシェ歪んだ心理秘める返そう口実価値など消えた世界 Refuse to lose 怖くても Reshare the lies 強く散りゆく赤い花掴む 世界の中に揺るぎない意志を明日を曇らさない I will 僕の願いが一つ叶うのならばあの空を描けるよ闇切り裂く想い
Well, it's been a very interesting year and 5 months. You know, when I bought this game, I didn't really know how long it would be. And I knew visual novels were not usually the length that Saya was. But I did think that if I just stayed, like pulled a couple all-nighters, I could beat this game in about a week. And sure, I could have beat this game in about 1 to 3 months if I actually played it every day instead of going months at a time without playing it. I don't even know where I was going with that. I had fun. Well, chaos had was not something that changed my life or my outlook on the world entirely. It was not a bad story. It was a great story. And I've heard that Chaos Child is so much more. And then also Steins Gate is in the science adventure series. I plan on playing Rewrite next. And then, but like in my own personal time, I do want to start reading more visual novels, not just to put on my fucking YouTube channel and get 0 views. I think my two favorite character routes were Orihara and Kusunoki. So, contract of blood, oh no, a sickness unto slaughter, and Sun and Moon. Right behind both of those is the anima image, and then Deus Ex Machina, and then a contract of blood to seal our sin, and then incest. So I don't remember what it was called. It's not even the incest itself because I can stomach that. I just like Nanami's route does not hit for me the way that the rest of them do. And honestly, I think it's really tied with a contract of blood to seal our sin because ISA doesn't hit for me the way a lot of other characters do. I think it's really funny how when I was playing the Rimi route, I was like, man, I thought we were gonna learn a lot more about this girl, and these intermissions are only showing us, but then we learn a lot more about that girl, and you can obviously tell who the favorite is, right? Like Rimi is the girl. we get the most backstory for her. Like we get Ayase's time at the hospital, kind of summarized in the main route, anyways. And then her own route doesn't go through her time at the hospital. It's more focused on the prophecy. Same thing with Senna. Orihara doesn't even get a CG of her breakdown, which I guess is like thematic in a way because we don't get to see the mirror. Mirrors are constantly something that we don't really get to see, I think. Which like isn't that odd, you know. There wouldn't necessarily be a reason to show us reflections outside of Orihara. I just do kind of think that Takumi going, oh well, I actually am kind of into incest randomly one day makes him fucking love in quotes Nanami enough that he hallucinates her hand just dead ass not being there. All in all, I really, really, really want to watch Orihara and Senna have sex.